I'm a MAC, a Multimedia Access Champion.
And I'm a PPT.
A PowerPoint?
You've got it. Everyone loves me. Everyone uses me. I'm the go-to lecture tool. The default...
Ooh, Gesundheit. Are you okay?
Well, I didn't want to tell you this, but no, I'm not okay. I've got that virus that's been going around.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you better stay back. This is a doozy.
That's okay. I'll be fine.
No, don't be a hero. I hate to say it, but this one's contagious.
What is it, like the flu?
It's worse. It's death by PowerPoint.
Oh, no. Are you sure?
We got the test results, and it's not good. 24% of people say they'd rather skip sex than watch a PowerPoint. 20% would rather go to the dentist. 21% would rather do their taxes, and 18% would rather work on a Saturday than listen to a PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, that is bad.
I think I have to crash.
Well, if you think it might make you feel better, if you want to avoid death by PowerPoint, hold on to your software. Here we go.
Dr. Breland, we've launched a new initiative here at the university to engage our online students, and we've hired a team of consultants. The consultants have come up with 150 new initiatives to implement here at the university, and I'd like to get started right away. I want you to take 1 through 15.
Well, I've always done my courses the same way, so...
How about you put in some of those YouTube videos that the students like so much? The consultant said that we should put a heavy focus on interactive video. Just find something that works.
But I don't want to use technology just for technology's sake.
And the board wants to see progress right away. So let's see. Can you figure out how to use iClicker, integrate Kahoot, and use Animoto in your next lesson plan? I want to have it done by next week.
But I don't have time.
The consultants say that one of the best ways to engage students is through social media. I want you to start using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest. Sound good to you?
But technology is scary.
So are we clear? You have a plan? All good?
But I don't have anybody to help me. What do I do now?
So you likely feel all alone, a bit overwhelmed, maybe stressed. After all, you have a big job to do, and you're not at all sure where to start. So how do you get past this? You'll need an idea, an IDEA. Get it? So what does IDEA stand for? I is for interact. Here's where you gather your team. D is for define. Here's where you focus on content, goals, and assessment. E is for engage. Here's where you choose those crucial tech tools to engage your learners. A is for apply. That's where you put it all together. Let's take one at a time. I is for interact. After all, 2 heads are better than 1. But what about 3 or 4? Look around in this room. There are skilled people who are interested in technology, multimedia, and student engagement. There are faculty resource centers at each university. There are conferences to attend and national organizations dedicated to designing great courses. You could even reach out to a colleague at another university. Many times, all you have to do is ask. So who should make up your team of experts?
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm an instructional designer.
I'm Brittany Richardson, and I'm a graphic designer.
Hi, I'm Heather, and I'm a social media manager.
My name is Samira. I'm the manager of e-learning services.
Hello, I'm Keith, a videographer.
Once you've gathered your team of experts, move on to step 2. Step 2 is define. Here's where you bring the team together and brainstorm ideas, talk about possibilities, trade perspectives, discuss objectives, and organize your content. Step 3 is engage, the really fun part, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Step 4 is apply. Apply is actually twofold. Here is where you, the instructor, apply the knowledge you've learned and apply it not only in this class, but in future classes.
So you've received your assignment, and you've got your idea, and you've assembled your team. So now let's see what we can do when we put everything together. Because when you use the resources that are available to you, then you can focus on what you know, which is your content. You're the subject matter expert in your course, and we're the subject matter experts in our area. So let's apply your idea and our skills to accomplish your educational objectives. Most importantly, this team is going to help you create content that accomplishes your educational objectives. Secondly, we're going to make sure that that content is engaging. So we're going to run through a few real-life scenarios where we were presented with an educational objective, and we'll show you some of the solutions we came up with to create engaging content.
I think the one that's most engaging is in Law for Healthcare Professionals. I have a video mock trial. So it would be very, very resource intensive for me to have somebody come in and do a mock trial. So I have a videotape that goes over the major parts of the trial, the opening statements, testimony by the physician who's been accused of negligence. And the student will watch those video clips in sequence, and I'll provide them other information, the documents that the class is introducing them to, the summons and complaint, some of the interrogatories, things like that. And then they are able to discuss as though they're deliberating the case when arranged in a jury. So the interesting result is if we have juries of 10, there may be 7 or 8 juries in the class, but depending on where their deliberations took them and what part of the law they concentrated on, they may have widely varying verdicts. So when you think about some of the things that I teach, law and policy that can maybe be a little dry, if we can engage the student by using a medium that they're really good at consuming, video in this case, what we're doing is getting them the information without having them do what seems like work to them.
Kaizen Health Education is really a piece of software where we've taken principles from gamification, which is basically the study of maybe what keeps people engaged. You know, there's a slow cycle in education where we get information, eventually we're tested on the information, and we get feedback. And usually that cycle is measured in terms of weeks. But if you think about it, it's the same cycle when you're playing the game. You sort of gather data when you look at the other players and you look at the game board. Then you have sort of what's the equivalent of a test, which is maybe you roll the dice in that game or you perform an action, and then you get feedback, which is the results of that action. So basically, when you're in a gaming environment, that loop that in education takes us a couple of days or weeks to get around, in a game it can happen every few seconds or every few minutes. We really evolved from, let's just make this a simple competition, to really let's try to understand a little bit more about our potential spectrum of users, and let's try to put in as many things in there that can hit different types of people and get them engaged and interested and get them to stick around and keep playing the game long term.
That's kind of where I'm at right now, is I have not only the UAB PA students that pretty much almost all of them follow me, but I've got PA students from all over the country in different programs who will tweet me and say, hey, I'm from so-and-so, you know, this lecture is great, because I put tweets from my lectures online while I'm lecturing. So the scheduled tweets are coming out as I'm actively lecturing, and they say, you know what, that graphic was great, I wish my professors would use that. So I get these really good feedback from them, and it just gets to the point where you start enjoying it. It becomes a labor of love. It kind of all started with Twitter and those social media avenues, and then I've realized that a lot of the really good educators that are out there that are in this sort of foam community have blogs and podcasts. And I'm a huge podcast consumer. I listen to them constantly. And so I said, you know what, this may be something that I want to try to get into.
there's no mention of it in Knight's report. I just picked him up again, but let me go check.
Okay. While you do that, let's think about how the side effects of opioids might be contributing to this clinical picture.
We hope that you've enjoyed this presentation.
Wait, not so fast.
What?
I just wanted you guys to know that I've installed some plugins. You don't have to change the way you do anything at all.
But we just talked about all of those other platforms.
No, you don't need those. I just got the 2007 update. I have this new plugin here, and we moved all the buttons around, so it feels like a whole new experience.
But thank you for watching.